All right, so remember, we're only doing 4 of these. Don't cheat yourself. Do the problem first. Okay? All right, if you've done the problem, then here I go. I'm going to show you the answer. Now, I haven't shaded it in yet because I wanted to show you what it looks like before I shaded. Okay? Y is less than or equal to 1/4 x plus 2. I go up 2, 1, 2. Slope, up 1 over 4, up 1 over 4. Have we done that enough this year? I would think so. But that's something you're going to do a lot next year, so you're getting ready for that. Okay? Now, it says it's a solid line because it's equal to, and we're shading everything less. Okay? X is less than -2. Okay, so I come on the x-axis back -2, dot, 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 because it's not an equal sign, shading everything less. Okay, so now there's my, okay, obviously no arrow, sorry, 1 arrow, no arrows, 1 arrow, 2 arrows. Right here is where my shaded region is. So that's where I shade. Okay, that's problem number 1. All right, here's problem number 2. Y is greater than or equal to -2/3 x plus 5, and y is less than 3x minus 2. Copy them down, graph them, push pause on this video, and then check your answers after you have it graphed. All right, so here we go. Started at plus 5, right? Down 2 over 3, down 2 over 3, down 2 over 3. Solid line because it's equal, shading everything above. Over here, started at -2, up 3, 1, 2, 3, over 1, up 3, 1, 2, 3, over 1. Okay, dotted line because there is no equal, right? And it's less, so I shade below the roof. Now that one might be a little confusing, but you can tell that that's the roof right there, so it's underneath the roof. Okay, well where's the area with the 2 arrows? No arrows, 1 arrow, 1 arrow, 2 arrows are right over here. So there's your shaded region. So any point out there would satisfy both equations. All right, you knew this was going to happen eventually, right? So this y has already been solved for, but obviously this guy is not solved for. So go ahead and get both problems written down, and then you're going to have to take a minute to get y alone on this one. Remember, when you divide by the negative, you're going to have to flip your inequality. All right, give your best shot. So there you have it. I moved my -3 over, divided by -2, flip my inequality. All right, when you graph this, it's going to be a little bit interesting, maybe different than something we've seen before. But yeah, graph them both and let's see what happens. All right, so what do we notice here? First of all, both of the slopes are 3/2, aren't they? So if the slopes are the same, what do we know about the lines? The lines are parallel. So we went up 3 over 2, up 3 over 2, up 3 over 2, up 3 over 2, right? So our lines are parallel. Now here's what's in, oh, and they're both dotted, right? Because they're both less than or greater than, but no equal to's. Okay, less than, so our arrows are pointing this way. Greater than, so our arrows are pointing that way. And so what's the shaded region? Well, the shaded region is every point that lies between the 2 lines. That's your shaded region. So any point that lies between those 2 lines is a solution to both equations. 0 is less than 4, and 0 is greater than -4. So sure enough, the point 0, 0 would be work, which makes sense with our graph. All right, last problem of the day. We got 3 of them now. Okay, it's still a system. And what are you going to have to do? You're going to have to solve this guy for y first, right? Then remember how to graph those. If you don't remember that, you can look back at example number 1. So we got an x and a y, graph those, and then graph this. Now you're looking for the set of points that satisfy all 3 equations. Okay, so keep that in mind as you do it. All right. We'll practice one more of these again before tomorrow's quiz. And there will be one of these on tomorrow's quiz, but it'll basically look just like this. So if you can do this, and then we'll practice one more before tomorrow's quiz, you'll be ready. So we obviously had to solve for y here. So move the negative 1x over, divide by 2. 2 was a positive, so I didn't have to flip my inequality. Okay, so we have that equation. We have this equation. And we have this equation. Now let's graph all three. All right, so we got it graphed. Starts at 3, down 1 over 2, down 1 over 2, solid line, shading everything less. Okay, x is greater than or equal to negative 3, so we come back to negative 3, shading everything greater, solid line because it's equal to. Y is strictly greater than negative 1, so dotted line, shading everything above. Okay, so obviously, if we're below this line, that way and that way, the region that's going to satisfy every equation, the whole system of equations, is right there. So that's your shaded region. Okay, so I'm going to do 2 examples tomorrow, and then I'm going to give a 4-question quiz tomorrow. Okay, so the only difference between today's assignment and tomorrow's assignment is tomorrow I'm not going to give the answers. I will give the answers on the 2 practice problems, but then on the 4-question quiz I'm not going to give any answers. All right, so if you need any more support, make sure you give me a call. 406-651-9072.